Okay.
Get off my desktop quick so I wasn't reading it.
I'm now in Photoshop and I found this image. Well, Dean's found this image on the web. We're going to turn this image into a website. It doesn't look like a website right now, but what we'll do is we'll now make a new file about the size of a website. Pixels. Everything in pixels. So the width of the website, I'm going to go for a 1024 screen width. And I'm going to go for 600 high image, so 1024 wide. Now remember that we're 960 pixels, 960 pixels wide for a website. And that'll give me a white background. Okay. This is what our website is going to look like. But next thing I need to do is get this image and play with it. So I'm going to go to Image. I'm going to desaturate it. Image mode. Desaturate it's there. And I'm now going to increase the contrast a bit too of that. Actually, before I even do that, I'm going to make it wide. I'm going to make it 960 pixels wide. Now it's going to be blurry. It's going to be a blurry image. I'll just not do that because I actually want the dimensions to stay the same. So image, image size, and down here you see constrained proportions. And I'm going to write 960 now. So the image is proportionally right for what I want. Okay, so there's our image. Now it's a bit grey, and what I'm looking for is something with a little bit more contrast, because this is going to be at the bottom of my website, and I want the top to sort of fade out to white, but I want to retain Big Ben. So I'm now going to adjust the brightness and contrast of this image. And increasing the contrast. Remember, I'm looking for white up the top, or something close to white. Brightness isn't going to help me at all here. There we go, a bit more contrast. Now it looks crappy, right? But we're going to turn this into a graphic. At the moment it's a photo. It's a very low resolution photo because I've enlarged a small picture. I'm going to select this photo. This is the way I do things. I know, a little bit around the houses. I'm going to drag the house into our new document. Why have I done that? Because I know that this new document is the right size for a website. So I'm just going to also show View Ruler. So, okay, they're not in pixels, but this should be set in pixels. You can set it in preferences, but I won't worry about that too much for now. But I am going to try and get this image. I know is 960 pixels wide because I punched that in. First thing I do is get rid of actions, get rid of masks, and bring back layers, which looks like I've just deleted altogether. So window layers. Yeah, I don't know what happened there. I'm going to... Why did I do that? Look, I've done this about face. Sorry, I'm just rewinding a bit. I'm going to output this as a 4-bit GIF. File, save for web and devices. Now look what happens when I change it to GIF with 4 colors. I'm going to turn diffusion off so there's no dither. And we get this horrible looking thing, right? Which is perfect for what I want. It's actually perfect. 4 colors is great. That'll do. I'm going to save that. Save onto the desktop. As bg.gif. And I'm going to close this. Don't save. We don't need that anymore. I'm going to get rid of that layer because I've stuffed up something before. And I'm going to bring in bg.gif. Open from the desktop. bg.gif. and I'm going to move bg.gif onto. I'm going to change the. First of all, I'm going to change the mode, because you can't move an indexed image with a limited color palette onto an RGB. For some reason, not dead sure why, but you can't do that. I'm trying to explain everything because I know it's being recorded. Oops. I'm going to drag that image onto, with my move tool, onto my background. Okay, so now this is the bottom of our website. I might have to make our website a bit bigger so I can really work with this. Okay, that doesn't look like anything, right? Looks a bit crap. So what I'm going to do, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to change this color here, this grey color, to white. How do you do that? Well, this is what you do. You go Adjustment, Levels. Pick the white, that's white. And you say, that's white, thanks. And I'm not going to pick anything in black. Yeah, I may as well pick black. It'll get more contrast in our image. So that's black, and that's white. Okay, that's good. That's good. So now, I've got this white. I'm going to just trim away a bit of this picture. Just randomly like this. I'm just going to get rid of that. I'm really just getting rid of... I'm really just getting rid of that top part. So we've got this sort of effect. Try to do it as random as possible so it looks sort of natural. So it's a natural bottom of the page. Select, deselect. Now comes the big part, the interesting part. I'm making a new layer. So a layer 1, good to label these. BG. Layer 2, I'll label it mask, because I'm going to fill this layer in with a color. And I'm going to pick blue. I use web colors here just because I'm unique. I'm going to pick that blue. I love these powder blues here. I think they work really well on websites. They're actually probably print colors. But I had a book called Leslie Carbarger's coloring book on how to color print designs, and this is before the web was as famous as it is now, and I learned from that. So Leslie Carbarger, you'll find him all over the web. Now that's I'll just fill that layer in with that. What a load of crap. Okay. Adjustments, just moving these things out of the way. Now I'm going on to the blue, and I'm going to change. This is called the I forget what the name of it is. The opacity, the blending mode. There you go. It's just popped up. So I'm going to change the blending mode so that it suits what I want. Now remember, we want a white background for a website. That's too crazy, but it's down the right track. I actually know which one I'm going for, but I'm just showing you all these different options. I actually like these degraded images. I really like them. Lighten is probably the option I was going for. I'll just keep going. Screen looks better. I think screen's going to be the winner. But I try them all. I go through them all. Oops. I'm locking things there. Light color. So screen is the winner so far. And I go through. And I actually do speak aloud and talk to myself while I'm doing this. Screen so far is winning. Vivid light, hard mix. There's all these other ones, differences. You're going to get a whole different thing going on. Exclusion, that'll change the background. Subtract. There's a red website that's getting made there. But this gives you an idea, and you can actually settle on a color just this way. So it almost doesn't matter that I pick the color blue. Color and screen are pretty much the same, so I'll just go for color here. Now I could trim these edges out here a bit more. I'd have to trim that on this. So if I take the color off, the mask off, you'll see that we've still got the black and white color picture underneath. So this is the main thing. I've now at least got, for my website, 1, 2, 3, 4 colors on my website. Blue, light blue, and black. First thing I want to do is make my website a bit bigger. Well, actually, we'll just pretend it's a small website. So I'm going to now pick some of these colours. So I'm going to take this blue here, which I already have by the looks of things, and I'm going to write above the mask, I'm going to write London Town. Now I selected that first because I just know how this program works and it's temperamental, and now I'm selecting text again. So now that I know that, I can now pick my font happily. One other way of picking a font is to go like that and try your fonts out. Just to do that, you select the font, you just scroll through them like that. Now 12 points not going to cut the mustard. I think 36 points probably going to be a bit better. And I'd say with London Town we're probably looking for a serif font like that. That's probably right. Plantagenet Cherokee I've decided upon. And I still think it's too small. That's better, 48 point. Now I'll select the font still, and you see here this is the font color black. Well, I want it the same color as, actually, you know what, I want it black because I'll use blue for the subtitle. So I'm going to write another text layer here. The history of London, using the same font, except not 48 point, we'll try 30 point. We'll actually try smaller than that even, 24 point, there we go, that's a bit better for me. And surrounds, we'll say it's called, just for silliness. Now that I want in a different colour. Just get rid of this. Anything which just isn't working, stick it in the bin. That I want in a different colour. I want it in. I'm recording over here, guys, but I'll be with you in a minute. No, I'm not talking to myself. So I'm selecting this, and I'm going to get the right color for the subtitle, which is just, I picked the color from the actual website there. Okay. Notice how it's a bit light. I'm actually going to put a drop shadow on there just for silly reasons. Layer style, drop shadow. Now the drop shadow, as you can see, is a bit crap. I want it more intense, and I want less of it. I'm going to say the size of the drop shadow 2, intensity opacity up to 100%. Distance, actually now I'm going to change distance 1, so now I'm looking at the drop shadow and I'm thinking that maybe I don't need it after all. Maybe I need just a subtle shadow after all. Yeah, the subtle shadow around about 30% gives you a sense of 3D rather than in your face 3D-ness. Okay, we've got London Town, the history, London and surrounds. Just stop that